Hello and welcome to another episode of The Wave, the Wonderful Alberni Valley Experience. That is exactly what we are experiencing or having here in the beautiful valley of Port Alberni. In spite of the pandemic, in spite of the crisis, in spite of life's problems, we continue to have a wonderful Alberni Valley experience. And with us today is a very special guest and friend of mine who owns the Bluefish Gallery, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Her name is CHERYL Iwanowsky, and I'm so thankful she has the time to do this interview with me. I'm your host, Don Texon, by the way, coming to you from my home via Zoom, and this is The Wave, the Wonderful Alberni Valley Experience. And here is CHERYL Iwanowsky to share her experience with us today. Thank you for being with us on the show today, CHERYL.
Oh, Dawn, thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
I just love everything that you've done. Like you set up your background and your blue being my favorite color, and you wore blue and gold, another favorite color of mine. I'm gonna buy that outfit.
Come on
As a
down.
matter of fact, I'm wearing something I bought from the Bluefish Gallery. I'm so proud of this jacket. It's so nice.
You're rocking it. You're rocking it.
I bought all three colors. I have blue, I have red, and I have black and gray or something like that.
Yeah, those are the three.
I don't have to make up my mind. I'll just buy all three. Why do I have to choose?
Exactly. I like your style.
Okay, so what I call something before coming to Port Alberni, I call it your PAVE, your pre-Alberni Valley experience. So your PAVE was Prince George. Tell us a little bit about your PAVE before
Okay.
coming to the wave. Okay.
Well, okay. I lived in Prince George for 10 years before here. I was born and raised in Vancouver and then kind of all over the world a little, but mostly, I mean, the last 23 years I've been in BC. And so I was in Prince George and getting ready to move to the island. And
Curious
uh,
though, what brought you to Prince George?
well, okay, a few things, but mainly I was going. I was going through a divorce, and I
Uh-huh.
wanted to. I always wanted to live on the island, and everybody up there kind of said, "Well, anywhere on the island is great, except Port Alberni." And I
Huh.
kind of
How dare them?
no, and I said, so I came to the island and I was just looking around doing my house shopping and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to see what was wrong with Port Alberni. And I'm telling you, I drove around Cameron Lake, and it just felt so beautiful. It just felt so right. It was picturesque. I drove into Port Alberni, wide streets,
Mm-hmm.
clean, wilderness, there are deer on the road, little bunnies. It felt like, well, I just felt like nobody up there knows what they're talking about, but I'll do a bit more
Exactly.
investigation. Yeah, so I was happy. And the thing that the final straw was the fact that the housing prices were so reasonable, and I could afford it as a single woman now. I could afford to maybe have my own house, so it was a clincher.
There
Yeah.
you go. So you passed Cameron Lake, of course, and the magnificent Cathedral Grove.
Yes, yes,
Yes. So
exquisite.
this all happened 13 years ago, as you told me a while ago, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you came here, you passed Cameron Lake, the Cathedral Grove, and then you saw the wide street. It's clean, it's peaceful. What about the people that you encountered here in the wonderful Alberni Valley?
Well, I think I've done a lot of traveling. I've lived in quite a few places around the world, and everywhere I've gone, I've found. I think we're just drawn to people that we maybe we're that are like us, or that we think are like us somehow. We notice some similarity or whatever in them, and no different here. I felt completely at home. People just completely welcomed me in the shops and down at the quay, and wanted to know where I was from. And yeah, really friendly people. I felt right at home. I felt like this is where I'm going to make my home.
Oh, there you go. And you've done that 13 years ago. So you remember, so that's more or less 1987, maybe? Am I right in my math? Something like
Two,
that?
2007, I moved here.
Oh,
Yeah.
2007. That's right. So
Yeah.
13
So
years ago.
13. I
My
know.
math is off.
No worries.
Math was never my strong subject.
Uh, well, it's the most boring of all subjects, right?
Well, anyways, and so you moved here and you met somebody. Can you tell us a little bit about the love story there?
Oh, well, Andy was putting in my kitchen. He's a cabinet installer, a cabinet maker by trade, was installing my kitchen. And yeah, I thought, well, it's way too early to have a relationship. I'm going through a divorce right now, and this is too much. But he wasn't going anywhere, and we both ended up together. I actually bought my own house. He had his own house here, came from Victoria originally, moved here
Okay.
a year before I did. And it was one of those meant to be situations. There was no denying it. So we're still together. We're married now. Bought
There
this
you go.
bought this place together. Yeah, we love
Oh,
it.
that's so wonderful. Yeah, we're going to do another series about couples and love stories in the valley. So I'm going to inviting you back for that series.
Oh boy, it's not that exciting,
Well,
our age.
well, every love story to me is very interesting. And, love is so hard to find nowadays, especially.
Yeah,
So, like, you met at least in person and you got to know each other. Nowadays, it's all through an app or online or something. It's so impersonal nowadays. You
yeah. I
never
don't.
know what you're getting.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I lucked out for sure.
Well, there's a saying that goes around now. Before you find your prince, you gotta kiss a few frogs. No, I don't kiss frogs.
Good for you. Why should we? Why should we
I
kiss?
will not. I'm not looking actually. I'm just waiting to be found. I'm not doing the looking. I'll just wait and try to be found one of these days because I'm a widow now.
Well, it has to be. That better be a very special person for you. Yeah, because
Oh,
you're.
thank you. Okay, now I'd like to talk about a little bit about the Bluefish Gallery, one of my favorite shops in town, where I bought this beautiful outfit, among other stuff. I was going to wear a necklace, but it's too much for this outfit right now. So anyway, what inspired you to call it the Bluefish Gallery? Like, blue is my favorite color, so why not red fish or yellow fish or golden fish or whatever? So what was the story behind Bluefish Gallery?
Well, the house itself it's a 100-year-old home, and
Oh,
built in 1923, so almost 100 years old, and it was in quite rough shape on the exterior. It was white, but it just needed paint. It, I didn't actually want to enter it when Andy found it. Um, Once we decided that this is what we were going to do, and I didn't want to go into it because it was a bit dirty looking and stuff. And as soon as I walked in, I thought, wow, it's perfect. Everything about it is perfect for a shop. There was a little space in the back for me to do pottery. Everything was all, yeah, I could just envision it just how it is now.
mm-hmm.
And of course, we had to do some exterior renovations. So I found, well, I wanted a marine blue. I wanted blue for just because we live by the ocean, and
Uh-huh.
I'm looking
Is
at
blue
the
your
ocean
favorite
right now.
color?
Yeah.
Is
So
blue your favorite color as well?
actually, red has always been my favorite color, but once we painted that house that crazy marine bright blue, then we decided, oh, we need a blue fish to go on it made of driftwood. We made the driftwood fish. We painted it blue, and we thought there's a blue fish on it. It's Bluefish Gallery. It kind of named itself. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. So I walk into the Bluefish Gallery. I'm walking my dog, and I'm visiting Port Alberni once in a while, and I discover because I'm in the neighborhood, and I discover something called the Bluefish Gallery, and I wander in there with my dog. I don't know if you remember.
I
It was the
do.
first time I ever came to your shop, and I was just totally blown away. Like the things you have in there are unique to the island. I mean, where do you get this stuff?
Well, I am very fortunate. I've been a potter for over 30 years myself. And so I used to do these shows, craft, really high-end craft shows, like good quality
Mm-hmm.
handcrafted pieces. So I knew a lot of these people before I even opened the shop. And I didn't even realize that a lot of the people I wanted to feature in the shop, in the gallery, were from the island until I started um, putting it all together. Yeah. I started off thinking I'd have 10 artists, and I have over 50 actually. And it may seem like too many, but we have, it seems like every other person on the island is an artist, and in Port Alberni
Mm-hmm.
especially. So,
Yeah, I know. In this part of Vancouver Island, there's so many artists and so many talented people and so many wonderful people here
so
in this community. So why did you call it the Bluefish Gallery, not like the Bluefish Shop or the Bluefish Gift Shop? Like why gallery? Because usually when you say gallery,
mm,
the things that come to mind is paintings, right, or other art forms. So why Bluefish Gallery?
well, the galleries that I've been in that feature pottery, I'm a potter, and that
Mm-hmm.
feature jewelry and maybe some handmade clothing like this hand painted piece from
That's hand painted. Wow.
yeah,
Now I really want to buy it.
it's Amity Creations, Amity Designs in Vancouver, and they're beautiful. And we have some
They
photos.
are.
But so now I think I've forgotten the question.
Why Bluefish Gallery?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
why is it, why the concept of a gallery and not just a shop or a souvenir shop or something?
I everything in there is handcrafted, and to me, I like to live my life feeling like I'm surrounded by beautiful things and art, and I like to wear art and I like to live art. And so to me, I wanted just a different concept of a gallery. I wanted people to understand that they don't have to be intimidated by the word gallery. A gallery should be something fun, something that has life and it's authentic. And that's really why, because it is a gallery. It's truly art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's truly. I mean, everything there is an art piece. So is that material that you're wearing? Is it made out of silk and then hand painted?
It is. It's hand painted silk. Isn't it amazing?
It's amazing. It's luxurious.
We have
Oh my goodness.
this is a little jacket. We also have shawls by her, and then we have all kinds of scarves and shawls by other artists too. Yeah.
Okay, that's so great. Well, anyway, can you tell me like one or two stories of a wonderful Alberni Valley experience that you have?
Well, I'll tell you. The first day when I opened my shop, it was July 2013, so 7 years ago, coming up really quickly here, and I had been Andy and I had been working on this house, just fixing it up, putting the white trim, getting it, and people would go by, and then we put the sign up, and I think people got very curious, and so I thought I wanted to make it a real grand opening. So I had a grand opening, and I invited the mayor and spent a fortune on advertising. I wanted everyone to know we were here because it's a little off the beaten track, it's one street off the main street there. And so we built this up for about a month, really the last month advertising big time. And luckily it was a beautiful sunny day. It was July 21st, my daughter's birthday, July 21st to 2013, that we had our soft opening, and then shortly after we had a grand opening, and John Douglas, the mayor at the time, came, and he went around and shook everybody's hand. And I I honestly I thought it would be a slow little place. I could do pottery. We could have people get to know where I am bit by bit. There was a lineup. We had a lineup of people just streaming through. It was packed full of people. That was a great experience to be welcomed into the community that way, and everybody thanking me for, basically I followed my dream, just did what I always wanted to do, and people are thanking me for opening this shop and making Port Alberni special with this and giving this. They actually saw my little shop as a gift, and that blew me away. I was just completely humbled. It was amazing. Just yeah. So that was pretty special.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And so how long has the Bluefish Gallery been going on now?
7 years, almost 7 years. Yeah.
And what has that experience been for you? Like operating a gallery and
Well,
uh
it's been a lot of fun. It's been more than I ever could have expected, to be honest. Like I say, I thought it would be a sleepy little shop, and I've just had so much support. And I think it's all about building relationships. You know, I've got,
Mm-hmm.
because before I opened the shop, I actually worked as a banker for quite a while.
Oh, really?
While I was a potter, I was a banker, did lending and stuff. And so I actually had a lot of previous customers from the bank I worked at uh, come into the shop, and it's just all about building relationships. I've realized it doesn't matter what you do. Um, it just matters about how you treat people. And yeah, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I had to.
No worries. Oh, now I can't hear you. Okay. So, okay, Dawn, I know you're speaking to me. I think your microphone is on mute or something, because I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Uh,
Oh, there.
Sorry about that. There you
Oh,
go.
no worries. Yeah.
Okay. So
You just
anyway,
have to
I was
repeat
saying.
yourself.
Well, I was saying, I do view your shop as a gift. I mean, it's a wonderful gift. It's a wonderful. It's unique to Port Alberni. You will not find any other Bluefish Gallery anywhere else. And so now that the COVID crisis has hit, how have you revised your business operations?
Well, my plan was actually to just close until we until the virus passed. I was thinking 2 weeks, because that's what everybody was sort of told in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 weeks went by, and I thought, well, we all realize that it's going to be a while. So I I thought, what am I going to do with myself? And Easter was coming. I thought I would maybe. I had a bunch of stock. Um, yeah, I had a lot of stock, and
Yeah, I can imagine.
some kind of perishable things like chocolate and whatnot. So I thought I would offer an Easter delivery basket, just $25, and it was mainly just to keep me busy. And I thought I'd get a few, just a few people asking, and it would be fun to deliver and see where people live. And I'll wear my little bunny suit that my mother bought me. Like little bunny jammies. I look like a pink bunny. Anyway, so I got about 40 orders for these
Oh,
baskets.
wow.
And I hopped around all day delivering Easter baskets, and it gave me such a sense of purpose putting them together. I don't think I made any money. I just filled them. It was nice to have cash flow, of course. And it felt so good just to hop around the community, seeing where my customers live. And,
Uh-huh.
you know, so yeah, I hope that answers your question. That's kind of what's happened. And then Mother's Day, I did the Mother's Day baskets as well.
Mm-hmm.
People were asking. Sorry for the noise in the background. My dog
That's
is.
okay. I have my noise here as well. So we're like I said, it's a real show anyway. So we're in the real world. So
Yeah, in people's houses.
are you doing anything online? Like, can people go to a website or a Facebook page or something to look at the stuff that's available in your gallery?
Yes, I don't have everything posted. Not even half of what I have is posted online, but people have been calling me, people that know what I carry, or maybe they've seen a piece of art and now so what's happened is over this during this crisis, people have called me and left messages to purchase things and come for pickup. They've e-transferred money or given me their credit card number over the phone, and I've been delivering things like crazy. Like I say, I think it's about developing relationships. These are not things people need necessarily, but I think this community just loves to help out
Mm-hmm.
their fellow Port Albernians, and I've been really helped out. It's been I just feel, again, overwhelmed with the kindness of this community. Yeah.
That yeah, it's so wonderful. Like this community is just such it has such a big heart,
Yeah.
right? And everybody is just pulling together instead of competing with one another. We collaborate, we cooperate, we
Yeah.
communicate, and we help out
Exactly.
and support each other. I mean, everybody is that way. I mean, I interviewed another couple, another person a few weeks ago, and they said the best part of the valley of living here, not I mean, apart from the nature, the lakes and the mountains and everything, is the people. The people are the best part of living here in Port Alberni. That goes the same for me. The people here have been so wonderful. I've encountered so many people. I mean, if I were to tell of my wonderful Alberni Valley experience, I could write a book.
Yeah. I'm sure you can. And you're so outgoing. People are just drawn to you. You've been a bright, you've been a light, like you've been a beam of sunshine on this community, Don.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you to say.
We needed you.
Well, we're both the gift to the community, and we're just doing our part. And I'm so glad now. I recall some time ago, and I was heartbroken when I heard about this that your shop was broken into, and at least you were able to recover from that, right? Has this happened before, or was it the first time it happened?
This was the first time it happened.
Oh,
In
in
all the
7 years.
7 years, I've been very fortunate. I've left things on the porch many times, and they've still been there the next morning. I've actually left my keys in the door, and they've still been there the next morning. So I don't know really what. I think we've got a drug situation in every city,
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's probably drug related, people looking for some money. My feeling is that we need to stop seeing these people just as criminals, and we need to get help for,
Yes,
for
I
those.
agreed. I mean, that's such a wonderful attitude to take about it. People who do these things they're not really bad people. They're people in a bad situation.
Yeah,
And so they need help more than judgment. And I'm
exactly.
just so I cry so easily.
So cry. It's okay. I'm comfortable. I may cry along with you though.
No, because I remember when I dropped by when you were just still getting the place back in order, and there was not a trace of like anger or bitterness or resentment on your part. And, oh, it happens. I guess it was my turn. That's what you said. I said, oh, it's your turn. Like your attitude towards the whole situation was so positive and so zen, so to speak. Like, where do you get that from? Is that just natural to you?
I don't know if I'd say it's natural. I think we go through a stage maybe when we're uh, teenagers to 20 something, where we want to work on ourselves, where we want to present our true, authentic selves to the world. And so we have to find out who our authentic selves are. And so I think it's a practice. I think feeling this way, deciding to be happy, it's a practice. You choose what kind of life you want to live, and it's a practice to live it. And you stumble along the way, but if you choose to be happy, you can be happy no matter what happens.
Exactly.
It's not about the stuff in the shop. It's about the people, like you said. So very fortunate to have the support, and everybody rallied around me, and I feel loved. It's really a great feeling.
Yes, it's so wonderful to be a part of such a community like we have. Um, I know I didn't discuss this with you prior in my questionnaire that I forwarded to you, but I just became curious at this point of your name, Ivanovsky. Is that Russian or like the background of it? I'm just curious about the ethnic roots of your name.
Okay, well, it's actually my first husband's last name, and I kept it.
Okay.
I just kept it because I had it for so long. I was married for 25
Oh,
years, and everyone kind of knew my last name, so I just kept it. But it is Russian. Good for you.
uh-huh.
And it just means Johnson. Ivan is John, like Ivan, and of ski is of son of, so Johnson.
Oh, okay. So son of John, like Ivanov. Oh, that's very interesting. But your
Yeah.
maiden name is Canadian, I suppose, with Scottish
Yes.
or something background in Europe or whatever.
Yes, and I'm thinking of changing it now at some point. I think my husband would love, he's never said, please change your name, but I somehow feel like if I gave him my driver's license with my new name on it for maybe our 11th anniversary or something, or I think it's our 10th anniversary coming up. Yeah, so I think that would be kind of pleasing to him somehow, you know.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a nice gift.
I don't
So
know.
you plan to take on his name now, Andy's name now, or
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think we can't.
oh, that's so sweet.
We're one of those sickening couples. We do everything together. Yeah, I'm so
No, that's
happy.
rare nowadays, and that should be celebrated.
I think you're right. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
So right now you have nothing going on online as far as the Bluefish Gallery is concerned, or you have a website. I think you have a website, right?
You know what? It is. What is it? This. Yeah. So next week we are actually opening up on shorter hours for 4 hours a day. I,
Mm-hmm.
I do have a website. I do have a Facebook presence that's really strong. Uh, but now we're opening up. So,
Okay.
but people phone, and I'm still happy to deliver and happy for private appointments, private shopping experiences. I just ask that everybody, when they come in, they put hand sanitizer on. We do the 6 feet, the distancing thing that we have to do, the social
Mm-hmm.
distancing, and then we had to install unfortunately a plexiglass between me and the customers over the front
Uh-huh.
counter. But really, that's we don't have more than 2 or 3 people in the shop at a time. Usually, it's that kind of a place. So
Mm-hmm.
if it gets busy, I'll just have to have people wait outside. I'll have to serve drinks or something. I don't know.
Well, one thing I can do for you is I will bring. Do you eat pork, or are you vegetarian?
I'm not vegetarian. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I love everything, and yeah, I would never say no to a treat. What are you offering?
Well, I don't know if you know, but on Facebook, I have a very strong presence on my spring rolls. Like I posted something
I
about my spring
saw.
rolls in the morning, and we sold out in the afternoon. That day, in a matter of about 3 4 hours, we sold over 300 spring rolls.
That's crazy. Your
It's
mom must be some
insane.
cook.
And I'm already pre-booking orders to be picked up on Friday. We already have an order of over 200 spring rolls already ordered and ready for pickup. We have to have it ready for pickup by Friday at 4 o'clock. But I will, because she came on the interview, I'm going to give you a dozen spring rolls
What?
from
Wow, I'll
Mother
take
as a
them.
gift. As a gift.
Awesome.
And there's also she's planning to make some veggie spring rolls. So I'll give you both. I'll give you a dozen, or maybe half a dozen spring rolls, the pork, and half a dozen veggie spring rolls. How about that?
I could never say no to that kind of treat. Thank you so much. And I'll break my meat fast. I don't eat a lot of meat, but for these
Okay.
I would do it for sure.
Okay. Well, you have a choice. You can give Andy the meat, and you can get the the veggies for
Wonderful.
you.
Oh, well, I'm having a pork one for sure, but yeah.
Okay. Now I'm
Um,
curious about the outfit. Does it come in any other color?
we have, yeah, it does. We have a lot of turquoisey and blue kind of ones like you have. Actually,
Okay.
we have we don't have a large number of these. We only have a dozen or so, and they're all a little different, but a lot of blues and greens. And there's a real purpley one. There's a really
Okay.
light, soft blue, and then we have some shawls that are, um, yeah. So I'll hook you up if you want. You can come and have a.
Oh yeah, that was my next question. So you said you're opening up next week after this a long weekend, or next week?
Yeah, I guess it's this week. I guess that we're
Yeah, so
opening
you're opening up tomorrow.
tomorrow, and it's 11 to 3 to start with.
Okay,
Just
perfect.
if the COVID thing, if we have another wave, I'll just have to go along. I'll have to ride that wave. I'll just have to go along with it and hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we might
Yeah,
end
you
up
know,
closing again, but
yeah. Well, I know a few people who might be able to help you build a stronger online presence, and they can consult with you, and it's for free. The business builder, connected with Spotify. Spotify is one of they're the competitors of Square.
Oh, yes.
and
Oh,
and they
yes.
help you build up a good website with everything and excellent customer support and everything. I know I don't know if I'm even authorized to plug them, but I interviewed the guy. He also fell in love with Port Alberni, uh, and he just moved in here 2 years ago. He was so in love with Port Alberni that he was willing to forfeit his home buyer's discount or something, or first time home buyer's discount, because you have to live in a certain vicinity or an area for a year and then buy a house. Then you get a home buyer's, first time home buyer's uh, discount or something like that.
Oh, wow. That was pretty
But
lovely.
he was so happy to move to Port Alberni. So 8 months in, he bought a house. He couldn't wait to buy a house.
And
And he forfeited his discount. But
I've
that's
heard
how in love he
stories.
was with Port Alberni.
Yeah, no, and this is not the first story I've heard like that. I've heard story after story after story about people just like that who came here just to, maybe they were on their way to Tofino, they stopped in, ended up buying a house. They came from Calgary or Ontario, Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Well, going back to that story about the people in Prince George saying bad things about Port Alberni, as if Prince George is all that as well. I've heard bad stories about Prince George anyway. I have a sister and a brother who live in Prince George to this very day. And it has been said of Prince George that they're the armpit of British Columbia or something like that. I don't know who said that, but I'm not necessarily agreeing with it. It's just what I heard. And then in Port Alberni, what ticks me off, actually what inspired me to create the wave was all these negative things I hear about Port Alberni, about, oh, the highest crime rate. Of course we have the highest crime rate because we have a small population. The statistics are skewed. And you keep on hearing this and hearing this and hearing this. I said, why don't they hear about the nice things about Port Alberni?
Good
So I
for
said,
you.
well, if they're not going to hear about the nice things of Port Alberni, then I'll tell them about it. So I created the Wave.
Love it. I love it. I'm so happy you're here spreading the good stuff. Come on.
And I'm so happy you're here to share with us your wonderful Alberni Valley experience. Now, we're almost out of time. Oh, I think we are out of time.
Oh, well, okay. It was
But
fun.
let me check my timestamp on the video. Oh my goodness, we're over 42 minutes. We're supposed to do 30 minutes.
You'll have
I
to
don't
edit
care.
out.
We're having a wonderful time.
Yes, I hope one day I can have you to the house. Yeah,
Oh,
one day.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, when all these things are over.
yeah.
Do you drink wine or beer or you don't drink wine?
I love wine. I love my
Okay,
red.
red or white?
I'm a red wine drinker.
Oh, there you go. That's another thing we have in common.
Dry red, yes.
Dry red. What kind of red? Like Merlot or what? What are the other
Oh,
reds?
a good Shiraz or a
Oh,
Cabernet.
Shiraz. Yeah, Cabernet. Of
Yeah.
course. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, okay, and I will too.
Okay. Well, that's all. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have. There's much to say about Cheryl and I's wonderful Alberni Valley experience. Thank you again, Cheryl, for coming on the show.
Oh,
And we'll
thanks for
catch
having
you
me.
next time on The Wave.